everybody, it's Mike Drudge coming to you from the Vogt RV family of companies. Man, am I excited today because look what I have. I've got the whole family of Storytellers right before your eyes. I've got the Mode LT, I've got the Classic, I have the Stealth, and I have the Beast. The whole family gathered here together so we can talk about each one, decide if maybe which one's right for you. What mode are you in? Let me talk a sec about Storyteller, and let me talk for a second about the Vogt RV family of companies. So Storyteller, you know what they build? They build these. They don't build travel trailers, truck campers, fifth wheels. They build these, and they're very deliberate about it, and they do it very well. I'll talk to you about Vogt RV family of companies. So when you come here and do business with us, you're also going to be enrolled immediately into our Vogt RV family membership program. All kinds of perks. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Now, if you buy one of these and you want to upgrade it to your heart's content, got you covered there too. We're now a licensed dealer for Canyon Adventure vans. Pretty much, if you can think it, we can upgrade it. So, are these right for you? You look at these and say, gosh, they're kind of expensive for a little van. Here's the ticket. If you want to camp where nobody else camps, you want to go where nobody else goes, you want to wake up with a view that nobody else gets, this might be your ticket to the great outdoors. Come along with me, enjoy yourself, and let's have fun checking out all these different modes. See which one's the best one for you. Okay, let's do a quick overview on the outside. Right here's a Ford chassis. This is a Mode LT. Here's a little trick. If you move that LT over to Mode, what's it spell? Model T. Easy to remember that that's the one that's built on the Ford chassis. All the other three, the Classic, the Stealth, and the Beast, are all on the Mercedes Sprinter chassis. We're 19 feet 4 inches long on the Ford. You're exactly 20 feet long on the Sprinter chassis. A few things that are the same. They're all going to have a 10-foot awning with LED light strip in it. They're all going to have 410 volt exterior outlets, and they're all going to have a tubular steel side mount ladder to hop up on the roof rack. Speaking of the roof rack, I'll have one of those too. And if you look real close, you'll see a wind scoop, a wind deflector, a sonic wind deflector. It helps keep it quiet, and it really does, because when you're driving these things down the road, they're super, super quiet. What else is the same? Got 21 gallons of fresh water, 24 gallons of gray water across all of the models. Starting off, we're in the Ford Transit chassis. So I have a nice big screen here for views on the side and backup cameras. These seats do rotate around toward the rear. I've got a lot of cab conveniences here that I'll put up on the screen for your benefit, but they'll be consistent with other Ford Transit chassis that you see on the marketplace. Okay, now we are in the Sprinter chassis, and in this Sprinter chassis, it's a 144-inch wheelbase. It's a 2500 series chassis. Lots of cab conveniences here. We do have our panel here that we can keep an eye on things with our cameras. You got lane keeping assist, smart navigation, high output LED headlights, and fog lamps with cornering capabilities. A long list of neat features on the Sprinter chassis that I'll put up on the screen for you as well. Let's first talk about some differences in color on the exterior of these units. On the Mode LT right here, you have an option of Ford Arctic White or Ford Arctic White. Those are your two options. Now you come over here to Mercedes-Benz, you have a couple more options. You have Mercedes-Benz Arctic White or what they call Pebble Gray. Now when we move over to the Stealth and the Beast, your options with the Stealth are Mercedes-Benz Selenite or Gray Metallic. On the Beast, you've got Mercedes-Benz Stone Gray or Blue Gray. Talk about a couple differences in wheels. So here on the Mode LT, you have these bronze transition wheels. Moving over to the Classic, you have these contrast cut with all-terrain tires. And then if we move up to the Stealth, you're looking at matte black Storyteller wheels and all-terrain tires. And finally on the Beast, you got matte black Beast wheels with all-terrain tires. Okay, a couple upgrades that show up on the Stealth and the Beast. You're going to have high output JBL speakers in the door, in both, and then in front you're going to have a hood spoiler in both the Stealth and the Beast. Okay, now on the Beast, let's look at some upgrades that only appear on the Beast. You got a Tenzing Trail brush guard, your KC lights all across the top and in the front. Now you have some suspension upgrades too. So down underneath you're going to have agile off-road ride improvements. So AO Fox shocks, both front and back, hub-centric wheel spacers and a stud conversion kit, front coil covers, and custom rate rear coil springs. Now coming along the side, you've got a no rub fender kit, fender flares all the way across. Of course, you've got running boards across all these units. And then finally, there's an onboard air compressor inside as well. Now here's a really neat thing that shows up only in the Beast, and that's all of these storage pouches on the back of each seat. There's one here in the Galley. There's on either side of the garage area, we've got these pouches. Heavy duty Velcro, zippered pouches, all kinds of storage options. All right, before we get into the meat of the interior, I got a special question for you. If you're a current Storyteller owner and you've watched this long, thank you for starters. I always like to hear from folks. Drop comments below if you have questions, corrections perhaps. Always open to that. But I'd like to know, if you own a Storyteller, what's the best place you've gone and camped and woken up the next day at? If you want to be a Storyteller owner, where's the first place or a great place you'd like to take it? I'd love to hear from you, so drop a comment below. While you're down there, appreciate it if you'll click like and subscribe. That way you'll be the first to know when we post more videos a lot like this. Appreciate it. Now this is something that's going to show up on all modes, is this table out here. Right here is your branded little metallic catch. It's actually a magnet right here, but this is nice. You're going to use this all the time for food prep. Our camera guys love it to get their drones activated right here and everything, so this is great. My only possible critique with this is it's not adjustable. Kind of wish it was, so if you're on uneven ground, and I bet you will be if you're out in the mountains somewhere, it'd be nice if this was adjustable up or down to keep it level. That's a nitpicky thing and no big deal. You do have power right here, so you can put your portable cooktop out here, and there's a little cubby right here for flip-flops or dog leashes or whatever. So with that, one of the great things that Storyteller has done is called the Groove Lounge. So come inside and let's check out this Groove Lounge. So here's our Groove Lounge. Obviously, it's a lounge. You got passengers back here. They can be riding back here. I do have seat belts that are pull tested. Right here's a Lagoon table mount, so I can be back here with a laptop, whether I'm stationary or going down the road. But it's so flexible. So if I don't want it like this and I want to convert it to a bed, I can do that. Actually, there's a number of ways you can use this space. Take these seat belts out of these slots and remove this, and then just release this right here. Flatten this out. Now immediately I have a safe under here and another little storage cubby. So this is great for personal protection, maybe a little cash or whatever, but you have a little safe right here. Now release this side and drop it down like so, and then the same thing on this one. And now I have a bed. I would probably put a little mattress topper or a foam pad, whatever, on here. This isn't terrible the way it is, but for a good night's sleep, I'd probably put some more padding on here. Now maybe you want to use it as a lounge this way, so I can release this and pop this up at whatever angle I want. And now I've got a lounge this way. Some folks will use that area back there entirely for garage space, entirely for storage, and just sleep here every night if you're by yourself. It's entirely up to you. But the cool thing is this is so flexible, you can set it up the way that it best suits your needs. Now in all the units, you're going to have dimmable lights in the ceiling, cargo area, and under the cabinets. Of course, cabin AC. You have a diesel or gas-fired heating system. 8 110-volt outlets, 6 USB ports, and 3 12-volt ports. Plenty of power options. Then you have L-track in the garage or cargo area to secure different items back there. Of course, side and rear bug screens, privacy shades throughout, and a portable Bluetooth speaker. Now each model is going to have a refrigerator just like this. In fact, the Galley is going to look just like this. You have a dual power fridge, so 110 or 12 volt. There is a little freezer compartment in here and racks for your refrigerated items. Switches right inside here for our main cabin lights. This is handy so I can turn all the lights on and off right here. There's also a switch up by the driver's seat that kills all the lights. So handy that you can turn them on or off at either place. Our awning switches are up here too for both our lights and extending and retracting the awning. Now, check out this sink. Got a fold-away faucet in here. It's actually quite deep sink for a 20-foot long little unit. Plenty big enough to do some dishes, and then this folds away to get out of the way for travel and so on. Have a little extra prep space up here. Have a stainless steel microwave. It's a little guy, but hey, big enough for popcorn and warming up leftovers and stuff. Right in this top drawer is your portable induction cooktop. So I can take this out right here and do cooking. I can take it out and put it on that little table on the patio side because there's power out there as well. Nicely built drawers all around. If you look real close, you can see there's dovetail joints here. These are not just stapled together. That's what you would expect in high-end cabinetry build. And they've all got locks, so you want to make sure these are all secured for travel so they're not opening up during travel. On the side here, I've got some more switches. So I've got our hot water circulation. So have that switch on, that way you've got immediate hot water at all locations, your water pump, and cargo area lights. I like that they put a cargo light right here so they don't have to go all the way to the back and turn the lights on. You can. There's a switch back here. There's also a switch right here for the cargo area. Now, I alluded to the lagoon table, which is stowed right here between the shower pan and your groove lounge. Speaking of shower, yes, there's a shower in here. Now, this is a pretty ingenuitive thing. So, what do we have here? I've got a shower when I need it and not when I don't. So, some folks may come in here and say, well, there's not a bathroom. It's not a dedicated bathroom. There's not. You're right. But here's what it does. It lets you use this space during the 98% of the time of the day when you don't need a shower or a bathroom. So I can use this space. I can drop this groove lounge over the top of it however I want. So where is the shower? It's right here. Here's our shower pan. Release this and fold this up, and right there's our shower pan. A lot of guys will use this for extra storage. Put your power cord in there, climbing gear, extra shoes or whatever, drop them in there. It's a handy extra storage space. So right up here is our shower assembly. Storyteller calls it a halo shower. So if you release these little tabs on either side and drop this down, take off this Velcro, and check this out. Just like that, I now have a shower. Pretty handy. It's there when I need it. It's not when I don't. Now, each of these units does come with a portable toilet that will rest down in there, so you do have some privacy in here as well. Now, some people opt to leave that toilet out completely, and you can use facilities wherever you're camping or Mother Nature or behind a tree, your call. But anyway, we've got this shower assembly. When you're done with it, simply fold it up, tuck it back up in, put your shower wand back in place, hot and cold, close the door, and you're off to the races. Now we're in a stealth here, but these are going to be consistent with the other models as well. So I want to show off some water connections, water settings here in the back, as well as some electrical things. So over here is where you're going to have set this according to how you're using your fresh water tanks. Takes the guesswork out of it. If you're using fresh water tank, both of these need to be oriented straight up, just like the guide says. But if you want to siphon water to fill your fresh water tank, here's where you're going to hook it up, and then you're going to set this accordingly. So city water to fill fresh water tank here, use fresh water tank, city water to all fixtures in here. So if you do have pressurized city water, it's going to go right there. Now keep in mind, you want to keep a water pressure regulator always on an RV, so you're not throwing too much pressure to what is a low pressure system. Now you have an outdoor shower right here, hot and cold, and right here is a quick connect spray port, so you can rinse off those dirty sandy feet and the pet and whatever right here on the outside. Fresh water tank drains behind here. Now over on this side, got 110 power. I've got 12 volt power inside here. And here's that cargo light switch. This is real handy. So again, I can turn these cargo lights on back here as well as up there. It doesn't look like much, but these guys are really bright and they don't stick out very far. So you can be putting, you know, your luggage, your bikes, climbing gear, whatever in here, and you don't have to worry about bumping those things because they're almost flush mount, which is real nice. Your main breaker lives behind here, right inside here, and then your branch breaker inside here. So familiarize yourself with the electrical aspects of your unit and know where stuff is. Might save you that 2 a.m. freak out call in the owner's manual or going online. Speaking of which, there are a lot of really helpful forums that Storyteller folks are really active on. I enjoy reading the comments. I really enjoy all the photographs that everybody puts where they woke up next to a river, a beach, or whatever. Fantastic community out there to get help and tips and so on. So make sure and check that out. Now let's hop up inside and check out the Dreamweaver bed and flex workspace. So let me show you. Okay, now in the back here, let's convert this into a bed. You're always going to drop this side first. So see this little red tab up here? Just give it a pull and that releases this whole thing. The first time I saw this, I thought there's no way this can hold this. It does. You can take this thing off-road and that thing really, really holds this up. Really good engineering. So drop these legs down. I'm going to make sure that the legs drop in the little recessed area right here in the floor, like so. There's a little lip right on here, so that's what this side's going to rest on. So same drill, pull that little red tab, drop this down. Now I have a bed surface. You have your cushions on either side, which are cut to fit, fortunately. Pop those in on both sides. Now I have a nice bed surface. And notice the sides are flared out a little bit so you can sleep this way. I'm 6 feet tall and I have just enough room to sleep this way. So room for 2 people to sleep. If you're a bed hog, maybe one person gets this bed and somebody else can sleep up in the Groove Lounge. But it's nice that you have that option. Now, here's a cool thing. These cabinets up here will can actually be removed if you would rather have more space up here. There's a way to do it. It's not super involved, but you're going to pop this bottom part out. It's actually Velcroed. You're going to loosen some fasteners, and this assembly can be removed so you have more room up here depending on how you're going to use this space. It's pretty neat that they did that. And then you have your little reading lights on either side here as well. So I'm going to convert this back into more of a work surface, a flex space, and show you what that looks like. So now I can convert this into a nice workspace as well. Just take the Velcro off either end of these cushions, pop that up there, and now I have a nice workspace. I can put a laptop up here. I can work on fishing equipment, climbing equipment, paperwork, office work, hopefully not office work. But this is really nice to have this extra prep space, and it's a nice poly, smooth material here. Heck, you could probably use it as a cutting board. If you're getting ready to do a bunch of cooking, this is probably a great food prep area as well. One of the most popular upgrades that I see from folks is to convert this storage space to meet their own needs. There's a lot of options, and like I said, we're Canyon Adventure Van dealers now, so if there's a certain storage application you'd like to look at, we can help you with that. Some folks will take this out completely, put storage compartments under here, and then just leave this up all the time and only use half of it for bicycles or cargo or whatever. It's entirely up to you. Another popular upgrade is storage compartments up on top. If you've got a Mode LT or a Classic and you don't have any storage on the back door, there's another option for upgrades as well. Any way you slice it, I do like this extra prep area back here, however you use it. If you have this unit out in the wild, and I certainly hope you do, you're going to enjoy lots of fresh air coming through here, whether you've got the back end opened up with the screens down, screens on the side. but also you've got crank out windows here on the side. A lot of people see this little tab and assume that this is holding the screen in place, and it really looks like it. All you do to open the window is crank it open like so. So it's cranked open. If it does come up a rain shower, it can't rain in, it's cranked open, but it still allows fresh air in. Here's the ticket. Open that up and then turn this fan on up here so you're pulling fresh air from the outside into the coach. Speaking of climate control, you want to be comfortable in this, right? Check out this Volta Empower system. This is one of the neatest things about these coaches. I love it. We're in a warm Texas day here, and we've had this air conditioner running for the past 3 or 4 hours. I did not start with a full charge, and yet I still have 11.3 hours remaining, assuming I'm continuing to run the air conditioner at full blast. So when you come into the coach, you're going to turn your Volta system on and off right here. Flip this over and turn it on. It's green, it's on, of course. This is going to tell you run time, your pack temperature, your power flow, and time remaining. It shows me about between 70 and 80% charge level, and again, at this rate, 11.3 hours. Now, if I turn the air conditioner off, that's going to go way up. 40, 50, 60, 70 hours. It just depends on charge status and how many lights you have on and so on. Now this has a 3200 watt inverter on it. Again, a 12 kilowatt battery bank and a high output alternator too for fast charging. So you may ask, how do I charge this thing back up once it gets low? There's 3 options. My favorite is to drive it. So if you get out and you drive this at road speed, you're going to charge your battery bank up in about an hour and a half, hour 20 minutes. Certainly in 2 hours, you will have charged your battery all the way up. Another way to charge it is to plug it into shore power. A lot of people don't even bring the shore cord with them. They don't want to fool with it because they're driving around, it charges up, you drive around, and it charges up. But that's the second way to charge it up. And the third way is solar. Now we've got just 90 watts of solar up on top here, which is not much more than a trickle charge, but it will extend the amount of time you can be out with any other source of power. I'm going to show you that solar panel in just a sec. But before we do, here's your control panel of your Empower system. So there's a little film on here, and I'm going to leave it on here just to protect it so it doesn't get scratched for the future owner, maybe your unit. So I want to make sure, you know, if this was my wife, she would leave this on like for 10 years. She always leaves this film on like for 10 years until we sell something, and then it's perfectly new. Anyway, you can peel it off if you want to, but if you're seeing this on the camera, that's what you're seeing. We're at home right now, our interior temperature and our target temp. I've got the doors open here, and that's why it's warmer in here. Otherwise, we could get it down as cool as we like. Heat, AC, vent, there's where you control those things. If we go over to lighting, I can dim all of these lights here with this panel just by dragging this up and down. And you have presets here as well. Our climate control is where we were before, and like I said, lighting in your home. Your fresh tank, of course, we're 0%. There's a little bit of gray because we've PDI'd this coach. Turn your water pump on and off here. You can also do that back there. And then water heater as well here, which is powered by diesel in this case, since we're in a Stealth, or gas if you're in the Ford coach. But this is really a fantastic unit. I love being able to run everything that you want to run in here quietly. So if you're out on Forest Service land, somebody's camping in a tent 50 yards from you, they don't even know that you have the AC on or you're using any of the power needs in here like they would if you had a generator running. So that's really fantastic and something I really like about this unit. Another thing I love about the Storytellers is this robust roof rack. Of course, we have our solar panel right here that I alluded to, 90 watts. If you want to expand that to 600 watts, you can. Just be mindful that you'll be taking up a lot more real estate up here. A lot of folks like to use this for strapping all kinds of gear up here, which is probably what I would want to do. But hey, you can bring your lawn chairs up here. You can jump up and down, you can do cartwheels, be careful. But hey, there's a lot of ways you can use this space up here. And it's got a sonic wedge wind deflector right here, which really keeps it quiet going down the road too. Good stuff. So there you have it, guys. If you want to hit the road less traveled in a machine that was designed for that very purpose, maybe a Storyteller's in your future. You have a lot of options where you buy one of these things. I was actually a customer here at the VRV family of companies before I worked here, and part of the reason is their commitment to service. Buy a unit here, you'll automatically be enrolled in our membership program, which will get you discounts, 24/7 access to technicians, and priority scheduling for service if you ever need it. My name's Mike Drudge. I appreciate you joining me, and I'll see you next time.